and my self-esteem. And if I would have stayed at that 133, I would have been a nutcase. How I lost 9 pounds in 2 weeks without calorie counting. Let me explain my tips. Just keep in mind that this is what works for me, is not going to always work for you. Don't chase the carrot and stop what you're doing because you keep doing what works for you. I'm just sharing where I am on my journey, life after Zepbound, and how I was able to eat in a calorie deficit and drop 9 pounds from coming off of a reverse diet slash calorie surplus. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. But before I give you my tips, let me share with you real quick down the timeline because I want to show you pictures with the scale. So when I was on Zepbound, I was taking injections every other week, and I wanted to drop an extra 10 pounds from 140 because I knew I wanted to get off the injections. So I wanted to get off the injections from a smaller weight. So I wanted to be in the 130. So I was able to lose 7 pounds, would put me at 133. This is what I look like at 133, and here is the scale. Okay, and I'm using retinal scale. All right, so when I got off the injections, I did a reverse diet, ate more calories, and then eventually started eating in a calorie surplus. And I got my calories as high as up to 2,300 calories. I did lift weights and I moved more. Got my steps in, and lifting weights was like 2 to 3 times a week. Most likely it was just 2 times. It was when I gave my 90-day update, but I forgot to give you the scale number. So this is what I look like with a food belly and all of that bloating, painful bloating, feeling miserable. I was at 153 pounds, and this is what I look like. All right, so now that we got that out the way, when I made this video about miscalculating my maintenance calories, I gained an extra 4 pounds. So instead of me gaining 20, I now had gained 100. I was now up to 157. So here is the scale at 157 at this. Before I start to share with you my tips, I wanted to let you know that I didn't just drop my calories all the way down drastically. What I had to do in order to get rid of the bloating and the feeling miserable, I did process of elimination. I found out that eating too much sugar alcohols, eating too much carbs, eating eating too much dairy was contributing to my painful bloating. Just stop eating in a calorie surplus. So I ended up gaining 4 pounds because I was still eating in a calorie surplus at 1900. So that's when I realized that 1600 and something was my actual maintenance. So in order for me to lose 9 pounds or however pounds I wanted to lose, which I did not have a number, I had to eat in a calorie deficit. So I had to eat below 16, let's say 1650. I already said that I had to lower my carbs. My carb intake when I was eating eating around 2300, I wasn't eating all of that in protein. A lot of that came from carbs. So here's proof that I was eating over 300 grams in carbs. So I started deducting carbs and trying to see, am I losing weight or am I maintaining? I realized 200 was still too high, 170 was still too high, 150 and below was sweet. For me, it was a sweet spot because I was able to drop weight and also be in a calorie deficit below 1600. Now, I did this without counting calories, and the reason why I chose to do it this way because I felt like it would be easier on my mental. May was mental health awareness, and I wanted to not just say, okay, May is mental health awareness, but then I'm gonna just go back to just doing whatever I want. No, I needed to carry that as a lifestyle, be more aware of how my body feels after I eat food, and if something does not work for me, I don't need to keep eating it. So I started to do intuitive eating. I noticed that even with me doing the reverse diet, I was feeling full around 1400 calories. So that's what I continued to do. How did I know I was eating 1400 calories? I think I did count either 2 days or 3 days in, and then I just stopped and I said, I'm just going to rely on my second largest brain. Your second part of your second brain is your stomach. So I chose to listen to my stomach. So I did intuitive eating. The next thing I did was high protein, and this will be the fourth one because it was only 4 tips. Was high protein. I kept the same mindset that I did when I was on Zepbound. Front load my protein. Listen, 2 scoops of collagen is 9 grams each, so that's 18 grams if you have 2 coffees. Then I added 1 scoop of protein powder, which will be 15 grams. And then I will have a smoothie. That right there, I put 2 scoops, which will give me 30 grams. Then I will add almond butter. I will add berries. I will add some honey. And then I will add oat milk. And that will be my breakfast. And that will hold me over. If I needed a snack, I would have an orange, because that was the main fruit I had in my refrigerator. For lunch, I kept it sensible. I kept it low carb. Breakfast was already low carb, but I would have either a tortilla or I might have some rice if I had it. But I switched between the two, a low carb wrap or some rice. Or I did not have any carbs at all. I just kept it protein focused. So I had to depend on my meal preps, which is why y'all saw me cooking chicken or, whatever I cooked, that was my main meat source. And I just kept it that way Monday through Friday. Now on the weekends, of course, I wouldn't have a protein shake every single day. I would have, again, another high protein breakfast. I would actually eat some bacon, eggs, and egg whites, and sourdough bread. Sometimes I'll have sourdough bread in the morning, Monday through Friday. It depends on how I felt, if I needed some extra calories. And then for dinner, I had my rice and then my protein and veggies. So that's how I kept it. I am very basic during the week. I feel like that is important for me, and it helps me to be mindful of what I'm eating. My calorie intake is not going to be the same every day, and I did not want my day to be tied to numbers and always pulling out my phone. I had to do what works for me and not follow the trend of what everybody else is doing. I had to follow what worked for me, and my stomach knows better than what anybody else knows. And I am not against anybody who eats at their maintenance, or anybody who eats more to fuel their body. I still believe that method, but I don't have to go to the extreme to do that, if you get what I'm saying. And that's a whole separate video. So that's how I was able to lose the 9 pounds in 2 weeks. I am more leaner. I am more fuller. I am extremely happy that I did that reverse diet, because I no longer have my bones protruding out of my chest. I actually have more size in my breast now. My booty has more definition. I have a little bit more curves. Right now, I am looking like a little slim thick, okay? My husband is happy. I'm happy. I actually feel so good on the inside out that now I don't mind walking around in my room in my birthday suit. I have 3 mirrors in my room now, so I enjoy looking at myself. I enjoy shimmying in front of the mirror in front of my husband, whereas before my body wouldn't move. These tatas was not going anywhere. They were just like that. So it's like, sometimes it pays to just listen to your own lines, and because nobody knows your body better than you. I have to do what made me happy and my self-esteem. And if I would have stayed at that 133, I would have been a nutcase, right? I told Kenjay and Twan that I went from during my Zepbound journey, I went from a 38C to a 34B. When I got down to 133, my 34Bs were so loose on me that I was this close from being in a training bra as an adult. 9 months ago, back in December, I didn't feel this way even at 140 pounds. I did not feel this way because I was skinny fat, 133 was just bony with no muscle definition, knowing that all it took was for me to eat more. Did I really have to get off the injections? I don't think I did, but in my brain, when I see something, I need to fix it right then. I don't need to play around with it. It's either go home, go hard, or go home. Nothing in the middle. And I'm trying to learn to kind of take it slow and not chase something or do something so spontaneous. Just take it slow. I do plan on going back to my maintenance of 1600, but I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to let my stomach lead and not let this lead or look at what other people are saying about eating in the maintenance and all of this other stuff. So I have to do what works for me. And while I was in this calorie deficit, your girl was training. I was doing HIIT cardio. I've learned that doing more HIIT cardio works for me, and I love it. I add some dumbbells, and I don't do that ego lifting. I put in there eagle, like the flying eagle, but it's really ego. So my bad on that. But I no longer do that because I feel like I don't have to lift extremely heavy to achieve the body that I want if I just take my time and just do what works for me. And now I work out 5 days a week. Today is Friday, and this will be my 5th day. Even though I haven't been feeling well these past couple of days, but I still did something to move my body. And my 90-day challenge is going to, I want to prove to myself and see, being in a stable mindset, being in a stable eating regimen, being in a stable exercise regimen, can I maintain my weight? And maintaining my weight at 148 is not possible. My weight is going to fluctuate, but can I maintain enough to where I feel comfortable? And if I get in the range, let's say, of 160 or higher, then yes, I will be making a phone call to my doctor saying we might need to rethink this injection thing, or take it once a month or something like that. But I'll let you guys know that because somebody asked me, do I plan on getting back on the injections? And at that time, it's no. But right now, I want to give myself 90 days to see, can I practice, put into good practice, and my tips that I have for myself, can I maintain my weight? Now, I'm not saying that this is what's going to work for you, but if you're not front loading your protein, maybe this is something that you can do. And if you follow me, you can get more high protein tips from me. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, gorgeous.